Welcome back to the channel, everybody. How you doing? I just want to say I appreciate you guys being here. I have random hair bothering me. Anyways, we're going to review the fourth book of Seeds of Yesterday, the Dollenganger series. It's a 4-book series. I know there's a lot of spin-offs of the other ones. I'm not going to read those. I don't really want to. I'm pretty sure those came out after VC Andrew died, so I just don't want to read anything that's not from her. So I'm going to do my discussion and ranking video of this whole series in general in a few weeks from now. But we're going to talk about the last and final book of this series. This was very interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it's tough because how it ended was really nice, but the book in general, I felt like it almost wasn't needed. That's sort of how I felt reading this. This is where Kathy and Chris are almost in their 60s now, and her kids are all grown up. Cindy's like 16 years old, Jory's 30 years old in this, and Bart's 25. And what happens is Bart rebuilds the home that Kathy and Chris were locked in the attic for. And that's fine. When I first started reading this, I was like, oh, okay, what's gonna happen? Is Bart gonna become like a evil man? And throughout this whole thing, there's just a lot of trauma still building with these characters, that Bart still hates Chris because he knows who Chris really is. And then Jory goes through becoming disabled, and we don't even know how that happened, who did this to him. So we have that aspect. And Cindy kind of goes through a crisis of she wants to be loved, but she doesn't know how to find love from men. And then you have Kathy, who is just trying to keep everyone together, and Chris flat out tells her, like, you worry so much about everything else going on, that's your biggest issue. And I was like, dang, those are kind of facts. Even though Kathy is arguably one of my favorite characters now in literature, easily top 10. I really liked her in books 1 and 2 so much, especially book 2. I think Kathy really grew on her own in book 2. But even book 3 and 4, I think she was fine. I think book 4 was just super weak because everything I just told you is kind of the beginning of the book, and the rest is just going through the years. They are stuck in this house, and they're not even stuck in it, but like Jory becomes handicapped. The rest of the book, they're like, we have to stay here. It's like, no, you don't really have to, but they stay anyways because it's easier for Jory. And Bart's just becoming a psycho because Bart just is trying to find who he is. So that's interesting. And he does at the end. A lot of things happen in this book where all these characters end up finding who they are. But at the same time, throughout this whole book, it was just really dragging. And it's the shortest book of the whole series. It's just over a little 300 pages, but you can really feel those 300 pages. Like when I read the other 3, I was like really invested in each one of these books. But this one, I was not invested in at all, just because of the sheer fact that it was a grind. It was a huge grind. And the reason why I was like 150 pages into this book, I'm like, man, maybe I should DNF it. But I didn't want to DNF it because I wanted to finish the series and do a video talking about this series. And the ending was nice. I really liked the ending. It almost made me tear up, which I was really surprised because I'm so committed to these characters. So when I did finish it, I felt really good. But then I remembered everything that happened in between. The honest truth is, nothing, like there's things that happen. I can't say nothing happens. There's things that do happen in this book, clearly. But most of the time, nothing really does. Like, it's just like little small things that she's just treading along. Like Bart's constantly doing the same exact things. He's just being a menace for no reason, and he's just so spiteful towards his mother and Chris. Jory is handicapping. He's learning how to become a better man through that, and he has children of his own now, and his wife left him. It's like these little things are really, really good, but she stretches them out so much that it's just, I don't know, I just felt really lukewarm, and I was really sad because I really like this series. And I am becoming a big fan of VC Andrews. I bought down here, you guys can't see it, but down there I have like probably 15 of her books now, and I plan on reading a lot more of her books in the future because I really like her writing. I like the way how she writes just really sad, depressing things, and just the impact of how she does it. I love it. But with that being said, I just didn't really like Seeds of Yesterday. And the ending, the last chapter was just so phenomenal that I was like, wow, that was sad. And then the epilogue, that was tough too. And it's sad that when I'm reading it, like in my head, there's times where I do forget that Chris and Kathy are brother and sister because of how good their relationship is. It sounds so gross saying that, but it's the truth. It's like you read them at the beginning when Kathy is 12 years old all the way until she's in her 60s, and that whole lifespan, You could feel it, and you could feel their love between one another. And Kathy says so many times throughout this whole series, she looks at Chris as her like brother, but then she also looks at him as like her other half, and she could not live without him. And you truly do see it throughout this whole series, the potential and like the love between these two. Again, brother and sister, I get it, it's gross, I also agree, but she does it in a way where it's like, wow, that actually kind of checks out. So I do understand those elements of this book, but in general though, I did not like this book as much. I'm really sad about it. I think I gave all of them each like a 4. I think the first 2 I gave them each 5. I think the second one was the third one was a 4. This one's a 3. Like, it's just a 3 across the board. There are some good things, but there's some bad things that just wasn't clicking for me. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. What did you guys think of Seed of Yesterday? Have you read the whole series or have you not read it? If you haven't read it, why are you here watching this video? If you have read any VC Andrews novels other than her series, let me know down below. I would love to check them out. I have a whole list of them I'm going to be checking out in the future. And last but not least, make sure you guys stay safe, stay humble, and tell someone you love them. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay weird.